It's not a step and it's not a tradition, but most newcomers will hear the suggestion that if you're not already in a relationship, you might strongly consider putting the pursuit of one on the shelf for the first year of sobriety. Many sponsors extend the suggestion to sex itself, not surprising when we're dealing with meth, for which for most of us went hand in hand with sex. But it would be a mistake to reduce the warning against relationships in early sobriety to the simple possibility that sex could be a trigger, or relationship woes could lead to a relapse. It goes much deeper than that. By the time we get sober, very few of us retain much more than a memory of what it was like to be present with our emotions and our experience over a prolonged period of time. The first months of getting reacquainted with ourselves without speed can range from being a rude awakening to a roller coaster, to put it mildly. Meetings and fellowship provide relief, but not the kind of instant gratification and escape we're used to and often still crave. Our egos and our self-esteem are often also at a low point as well. We don't feel very attractive, and we desire the validation of feeling wanted. It's no wonder we're particularly vulnerable to the allure of infatuation. We may grasp intellectually that a headlong rush into happy coupledom smacks a bit much of the sort of look before you leap impulsivity of the past, but when it feels so good, it's hard to find any downside. That's usually discovered the hard way when, sooner rather than later, one, if not both of you, are shaking your heads, wondering what the hell that was all about, and often feeling like you've lost ground. Hopefully, we then realize that at the very moment we needed to keep learning how to live life on life's terms without getting high, we took refuge in an attempted soaking of endorphins. We created feelings, usually focused on someone we really didn't know, to escape from the hard work of being in the here and now and learning to live along spiritual lines. Even those who report starting a relationship early in sobriety that in a relationship that survived will invariably say, "I don't recommend it." Talk to them and you will hear that they eventually had to do all the work they deferred doing initially by detouring into a relationship. I resisted putting sex and relationships on the shelf at first. I thought the only thing wrong with me as a partner was my addiction, and now that I'd handled that, I was all ready for the soulmate I'd been waiting for. I soon found myself in some situations that were either dicey or way dramatic, and then decided it might be worth giving this suggestion a try. I learned that the relationships that needed working on first were the ones I had myself and with God. I discovered I could survive months without sex without undergoing some sort of emotional or physical atrophy. When I was ready, I rode that bicycle again just fine. I got used to flirting without an agenda, found out I could be attracted to someone without asking them to bed, and learned how truly intimate a good hug could be. It's just a suggestion, and no one will kick you out of the program for not following it. But just remember it's not coming from some place of finger wagging or withholding. It's merely the fruit of much experience, strength, and hope that has gone before.